so happy that it's like actually sweater weather because like I love sweaters. They're so warm and cozy and they're so cute. Hey everyone, it's Olivia and welcome back to my channel. I have not filmed a video in a while, so I'm kind of like rusty and it's a little awkward and weird, but I have been so busy with like school, and then I was on vacation, and then I was just really lazy, recovering from all of the stress of finals and whatnot, that I really just didn't have time to make a video. It's almost the new year and I really wanted to squeeze one last video in there for 2019, so I'm doing a bit of a recap on all the things that happened in 2019 for me. So this is a little fun nostalgic thing. Let's just get right into all the things that I have done this year. So I'm gonna start off with, books and reading. My Goodreads goal for 2019 was 20 books. That doesn't sound like a lot, but last year I only read like 12 books and my goal was 15. But like that averages out to one book a month, which seems actually really realistic for me. So 20 was like a stretch, but I actually did meet my goal. I read 23 books this year and it was really nice actually. Although I'm pretty sure I read like 5 books within the same like 3-month period and then didn't read for like another 3 months. But I'm actually really proud of myself for accomplishing this goal, even though like 5 of those books were for school. They still count because I read them. If I had to suffer through that, that's gonna have to be worth something that I care about, so they go towards my Goodreads goal. So I read 23 books and you can see which books I read on my Goodreads, but the ones that like stood out to me, I guess some of my favorite reads this year, were Red, White, and Royal Blue. I read this like a couple months ago, or maybe even just last month, I can't remember, but I have been hearing so much about this. It is such a fantastic book, and if you haven't read it, you should definitely go read it. It is so good. I loved it. It made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me angry, like it's really good. Another book that I read this year that I really love is Nevernight by J. Kristoff. And I've been meaning to read this for like ages. I started reading it I think at the beginning of the year, then stopped and read something else. It wasn't like the time to be reading it, so I read that a few months ago and I fell in love. It's so good. And I started reading God's Grave, and like same thing happened with Nevernight, where I started reading it and then I just wasn't getting into it as much, which is weird. However, there is like an actual Nevernight series on YouTube that came out recently and it is so good. First off, if you haven't read Nevernight, read it. If you have read it, then go watch the series. It's so good. I'll leave a link down below somewhere. Oh my god, I love it so much. It's so good. Another book that really stood out to me is Supernova by Marissa Meyer, because it was the end to her Renegades trilogy, and I also got to see her when she was in San Diego, which was really cool. But this trilogy is really good. I really enjoy it, so I highly recommend that you read it. And now all the books are out, so you don't have to wait. Like, I waited for Supernova and it was torturous, so you should definitely think about reading all of that. If you're looking for a trilogy to binge read, you should think about the Renegade series. I also read all of the Renegade series this year, so I guess that kind of just like, I recommend all of those, and they were my favorites of 2019. There are other books in there that I'm not remembering right now, but I love basically most of what I read. However, there is one that I didn't really enjoy and I wouldn't recommend, and I read Spin the Dawn. I don't remember who the author was. It was advertised as sort of a Mulan Project Runway crossover, and I feel like that made me really excited. And then I read it and it was just like, there was nothing at stake really. Like, ultimately, like, everything just happened really easily for the character, so I feel like it wasn't challenging and we didn't really learn much and there wasn't much at stake. And you should definitely read it for yourself, because like, my opinion doesn't really matter. But I personally didn't like it. I was reading reviews, people are really split upon it. Some people really enjoyed it, some people didn't. The thing is, like, it's really easy to read, and I feel like it has a lot of potential to be more, and I think I was just really disappointed with what we had in the book. Moving on to my writing recap. So writing in 2019. I participated in NaNoWriMo. I said that I was going to vlog during this. I did not. I like just don't make videos. Like my first instinct isn't like, oh, I'm doing this thing, let me grab my camera. I kind of just do it. And writing for me is like, I just kind of do it when I feel like it, because I often just am about to go to bed and then I'm like, you know, I should write a little, and then I write, and then like I get like into it, and then I'm like, oh no, I didn't vlog or anything, and then afterwards I'm like, and like the next day I'm just like, yeah, I don't really want to talk about what I've done. So I didn't do that, but I did participate in NaNoWriMo. I did not meet 50,000 words. I wrote 15,320 words, which actually I'm very proud of myself for, because I wasn't expecting myself to write that much. I had participated in both Camp NaNoWriMos throughout the year, and it did not go very well, so I was really surprised that I managed to write. I was really busy around this time. November is a very busy time. You know, I was slumped with homework and work, and then like there was Thanksgiving, which was really short amount of time. I didn't write any time then, and then like it was already the end of the month, and I was like, oh well, okay. But I did manage to write, and the thing is, I have been struggling to figure out plot and kind of how I really wanted to present the story in terms of perspective and how many characters and like world building, and I kind of figured it out. So I had a moment of like clarity, or several moments of clarity when I was like writing, and I'm just like really happy with myself with that. I didn't meet my goal, but that really doesn't matter. Like it was like, did you actually get something out of the experience? And I did, and I'm really excited to write again. It's the end of the year, so my goal to like finish a draft was not accomplished, but I think from this point on I feel more like it's more solidified in terms of what I want to write, so I feel like that's really good. Okay, some other like fun bookish things. Like I said, I met Marissa Meyer on her Love and Anarchy tour when she was in San Diego. She signed all my books. It was really fun and entertaining, her talk, and she's super nice and like happy and energetic after like, she must be so tired. I was just thinking, I was like, oh my god, she has to meet so many people and like talk to them and do this talk, and then she has to do it again in a different city. Like it's just, it was insane. And I almost didn't go because I don't have a car, and I was like, oh no, nobody would go with me. I just ended up taking a Lyft there and back, and I was like, it's totally worth the money to do this. And I waited a really long time because I didn't have a ticket with the numbers for the line, so I was at the very end of the line. But the good thing about that is that if you were near the end, she actually gave out like prints of fan art that she had, and like she even signed it, and I don't have it with me right now because I'm at home, but you can see it on my Instagram, and I was just like so happy, and I actually like talked to her, and it was like really fantastic and cool, and I'm so glad that I went. I would have been so mad if I didn't. This event happened in November, and she even was like, who's doing NaNoWriMo? And I'm like, me! And it was just, it's just fun to like hear. And she did like a whole talk on like her writing process in terms of the Renegade series, and it was just fantastic to hear. And it's just really interesting to hear like that the idea that you have at the beginning of your writing process is not what ends up being the final product. I mean, I know that like logically, but for some reason I'm just like, it has to be perfect the whole entire time. But it's really nice to hear like people talk about how, yeah, this is not where I thought it was gonna go, and I'm really glad that it went in a different direction. More bookish things. So I bought myself a Kindle during the Black Friday sale. I got the Kindle Paperwhite in the blue color, and I am like in love with this. I don't know why I didn't get one before. I've been debating for a really long time. I really love reading like physical books. Like that's my preferred way to read, but like carrying a book around is like too exhausting. Like when I go on vacation and stuff, I always like forego some clothes to just like shove as many books as I can in there, and it's like, it's heavy. It's heavy, it like takes up so much space, it's like exhausting to travel with it, so I wanted something that would be easy to take with me like on a plane or on vacation or something. And yes, because I've been reading on my phone, and my phone is like terrible and all cracked. I don't know if you can see, but like it's terrible, and like your phone screen is really not good for your eyes. I have terrible eyes. So yeah, so getting a Kindle was like the perfect solution for me, and I've been reading on it and it's just really nice. A fun tip for people who like check out ebooks from the library, you can load it up onto your Kindle, which is perfect. But also, if you have like a lot of books and you know you can't read all of them, if you sync your Kindle to your like library books and then you turn it on airplane mode, all of the books will remain downloaded on there until you resync it. So right now I'm reading Children of Blood and Bone. So I had that checked out for like 2 weeks and like it was returned, and I still have it on here because I was on the plane and I never turned it off of airplane mode, so it's still on here and I can still read it, and that's actually really cool because I always miss the deadline to read books when I check them out from the library, and then I just have to keep putting them on hold. So this is really cool and I really love it. Okay, and so this is the last thing that's like book related. I went on vacation to Cancun with my parents a couple weeks ago. At the resort, there was this secret bar that you have to walk through a bookshelf to get to, and inside it's a speakeasy. It was amazing. I was super obsessed. It was like so cool because it's just like like bookshelves, and then there's like a door, and then oh my god, I was so excited. It was so cool. I don't know how many people can get to say that they've walked through a bookshelf to get to a secret room. That is like a book nerd's dream. Like, I want to have a home library where you open the bookshelf and there's like a nice reading nook inside. Like, who doesn't want that? It was so exciting and I was so happy, and it was really fun. Now moving on to some non-book / writing related things that happened in 2019. I turned 21 this year. Yeah, drink. I can legally drink now, but people are gonna ID me for like till I'm like 40, honestly. Related to that, I got drunk for the first time ever, and yeah, I'm not gonna do that again, but I know what I'm like as a drunk. So I went to a Shawn Mendes concert this year. It was my birthday gift for myself. I went with my two best friends, Mary and Jess. The thing was, like, I ordered those tickets over a year in advance. When they went on pre-sale, I mean, it was a really good deal, so like, I'm not complaining, but like, it felt like forever to get there. But then when I came home for the summer, and then like it was like, oh, it's in 1 week, it just suddenly felt like, oh my god, that's ridiculous. We've been waiting forever, but why does it feel like it's come out of nowhere? But yeah, I got really excited when I bought the tickets, and in my bullet journal I actually made a countdown. Which makes me seem like I'm like freakishly obsessed or something. I was just really excited and happy, and it was 425 days. Yeah, 425 days I waited to see Shawn Mendes. Except I do want to clarify that I didn't like look in here every day and cross it off. I actually would like wait when like a few rows, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. How many days is it now? And I just like Google it. It was so good, guys. Like, if you get the chance to see Shawn Mendes in concert, you should, because he sounds insane. Like, insane. I also went to a Hosier concert. It was so good, and I was like pretty close to him, and it was just, oh my god, Hosier is just my love. He sounds so good live. Like, if you really get the chance to hear Hosier sing live, you should, because it's insane. So happy I went. It was so good. The last thing that I wanted to mention in 2019 is that this is when I started like actually actively making YouTube videos, except for the fact that I haven't posted anything in like, what, a month? I've been doing it, and then I realized that this is actually something I could do on like a weekly basis if I just tried hard enough, and I'm happy, you know? So yeah, so this is my last video of the year. Those are all the things that I did in 2019 that I can actually remember at the moment. I'm pretty sure there are other stuff. What are your favorite 2019 moments? How many books did you read? If you were a writer, did you do NaNoWriMo? Just like tell me stuff in the comments below, and just let me know how your 2019 was. If you like this video, give it a like, and if you want to see more of my stuff, then hit subscribe. I hope that you have a really nice New Year's Eve and a great end to 2019. I will see you next year. Bye!